The first theme was a concept art piece showing an astronaut in a frozen environment. I focused on the contrast in scale. The playfulness in many of my projects comes from the research process. For 12 o'clock, I found the series Nowhere Express by Michael Lazowski and was led to this image from Lazowski. I wanted to make a game with the focus on a delivery driver from Nowhere Express and a long stretch of road seen in this image. The uniqueness comes from the time lock mechanic. Players are restricted to playing until the character's shift starts. This sort of blurs the line between the character and the player. The overarching narrative is unknown to the player, and over the course of several shifts, the occurrences in the world are revealed. Bounty Detective was created with a more abstract theme. It was a piece of music which reminded me of Cowboy Bebop, released in 1998 by Sunrise. The project went through more iterations than the first. The first prototype focused on creating a sound-based puzzle mechanic, but it wasn't abstract enough, and I ended up changing the project to be more inspired by Cowboy Bebop's tone. All the assets were created in Maya, and I used Unity's NavMesh system to create reliable AI movements. These NPCs move from one target to the next to create a sense of life in the world. With little time remaining, I created a bounty hunting game with a crowd control mechanic. The third theme was an equation. Docs shared the same process as 12 o'clock with a focus on research and planning before heading into the design process. I took to Pinterest to find some imagery that could lead to an idea for a mechanic or aesthetic. Here's some of the ship designs I found, which inspired the final look. I'm inspired by Bennett Foddy and his approach to game design. There's a focus on player input and rage mechanics. Instead of creating this frustrating comedic game style that Foddy uses, I chose to create a more serious tone. This is achieved through the camera movement, player movement, and soundscape. A link to all three games can be found in the description. I hope you enjoy playing all of them, and feel free to leave any feedback in the comments. Thank you.